Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video and a brand new episode of my MotoGP 18 career mode. And we are here for two more races in this episode, and today we are racing around the Red Bull Ring at Austria and also Silverstone. So a bit of a mixed bag. Austria, not one that I particularly enjoy on motorbikes, but then Silverstone is my home race and one that I'm aiming to have a good race at. Now, if you guys did miss the last episode, there was a bit of a breakthrough finally with the whole AI situation and also the traction bad start. So I do have to go check that one out to not miss what happened in that one also, so you get up to speed as to what the situation is going into the next two races. But here we go, jumping into Austria though, and I'm looking forward to it. We've got a triple upgrade on the bike for this race, both of the suspension ones and also the one on the frame as well. So we've got three upgrades for this race, which I'm hoping that will help us convert this sort of into a higher position, because I need to try and get some better results. So fingers crossed it works out. I've realised, and I'm starting to get really annoyed now in this game in terms of how you have to reset the settings for every Grand Prix. So I'm going to the race options. Here I've had to change them manually again, because once again Taro turned itself off and bike damage was off as well. So yeah, we've got all that set up. Full weekend to try and do some practice as well, so we get some extra points. And yeah, hopefully it goes okay. We're very, very close to becoming the first rider. We're literally a hairline away, and we've already got 2,400 points saved up, so we just got to try and put some more away. But hopefully the new upgrades work. Last episode we tried with no traction control and engine braking off, and it worked okay for us. So I'm going to continue that again this episode and see if we can try and improve without those assists. But anyway, enough jibber jabber, let's get into Austria and let's jump into qualifying. Right, jumping into qualifying, I felt excited because after practice we was fastest by 4/10, which is something I've never done before. So we've got a lot to be confident about. However, that was in the dry, this is in the wet. Definitely a big difference in the conditions, so I've got to be very careful with the bike as we go into the corner. This final corner, giving it nice and tidy, not abusing of the traction. Obviously we have traction control, so we've got to be very careful. But you're going to run up to the line. Are we going to go fastest? Yes we do. First place, 1 minute 40.5 on our first attempt. Let's try and improve. I'm kind of getting disturbed by Suzuki's behind me here, which means I'm pouring it on for a great lap. But right now we've dropped down to P14 and 1.2 off the pace. I'm on for a personal best, but everyone else around me is improving. And we actually don't even improve in the end of that lap because I'm getting disturbed by the bike behind. At the final corner, I'm on for a personal best. Do I actually improve though? Yes we do, but still P28. Frustrating. Through the final corner, only 3.5 tenths down in sector 3, 4 tenths you could say. On for a much better improvement here. Up to the line, and we go P8, 3 tenths behind. That was a much better lap, but that was also a very, very good lap, I'm not going to lie. Currently fastest in sector 1. Concentration levels are very high at the moment. Okay, final corner to go. Just got to try and attack this one. Onto the curbing, not ideal. We're going to lose a little bit of momentum out of the corner, but we're still on for a personal best. Do we improve? No, we don't, unfortunately. Still remain P8, but I'm actually smelling blood here. I think I can do something. Right, I feel extremely close to maybe getting it absolutely hooked up, but I've come in and put some fresh tyres on the bike. Let's try again. Right, on for a personal best after 2 sectors. Is that the case after 3? Yes, it is. Let's try and hold it together. Final corner, don't get onto the curve. There we go, much more tidier this time. Can we improve? It's not going to be pole, but I just want to see an improvement, and we do actually improve a little bit to half a second. We remain in P8 though. The last couple of attempts have been pretty poor from me, but let's see. I've got one last crack of the whip here. Let's see if we can improve. Okay, this last attempt has actually been pretty good. My first sector was shocking. I lost 3 tenths in the first sector where I can normally match the AI, but we actually got stronger as the lap went on. Did I actually improve? I don't know. But I only lost a tenth in sectors 2 and 3. And in the final sector, we improved a little bit. We got 8th place. We managed to beat Antonelli, but nothing spectacular. So overall, that is the qualifying results, and it's now time for the race. Hopefully it's dry, because I'm a little bit more encouraged by my dry pace. So hopefully it's a dry Grand Prix. We can try and crack on with it.
We are now transmitting from the starting grid, where everything seems ready. It's always difficult to predict the results of a Moto3 race, but the riders we're seeing right now definitely seem to be the favourites.
It's time. It's Austria, and it's a tricky one to call, this one. I'm not got any expectations, to be honest with you. If I can get into the top 5, I'll be happy, but I've really done on my paces. It's going to be a similar sort of race where I think we're just going to be trying to fight against ourselves with lap times to try and hold a position. I don't think I've got the pace to really attack people, to be honest. That's what I'm expecting, but we'll see how it goes, and hopefully I can be surprised in a positive way. But it's time for the race. Let's jump into it. Right then, let's get the traction control off and engine braking off. and get ready for the red lights. And we are away at the Red Bull Ring, and it's a pretty average start. Not terrible by any means, it's okay. We can just cover the inside. A little bit aggressive, but inside line for turn 1 is key. So there we go, holding on to that nicely. Now we can sort of stretch our legs a bit. We are okay for straight line speed, I feel. Also, I've just asked for the automatic settings in the setup to change my bike setup for a little bit more straight line speed. But here we go, up into turn 3 for the first time this race. Let's see what we're like under braking here. Very careful, make sure we don't hit the deck. On the power nice and early, very nicely done. Nice bit of traction out of the corner there. Let's pick up a toe off of Antonelli here if possible. Try and get on the inside. Sorry, Tatsuki Suzuki more like. Down to turn 4. What we like on the brakes. Very late on the brakes. Up the inside of Foggia. And it's almost done, but he cuts back underneath me. I'm going to slam the door shut on Antonelli there. But so far, we're into 8th place. It's a good start so far. As we got the inside of Foggia again there. Not quite. Not quite. But we're looking okay so far. I like this. I've got the run on Dennis here. Marvel look on the brakes into turn 3. First gear action. Very late on the brakes, but we make it work. But Dennis right back underneath me. But I'm going to pick up the traction just like last lap and make the move into P7. At the moment, I'm encouraged. We've got good pace. I think we can make something happen here. Bastianini up next. Another heavy brake zone. What am I liking to hear? Not bad, it seems, up the inside of Alonso Lopez as well. A double overtake. Bastianini, though, gets right back underneath both of us. I'm going to try and take the shorter line. But P6 now. We're looking very racy here today, which is very good. The bike also feels completely different in the dry. I've got a lot more confidence than compared to the wet. So this is maybe a good thing for us. Out of the final corner, we've got a nice bit of momentum on Bastianini. Can we maybe go for a move into turn 1? We're a little bit far back, further than what I thought I'd be, but you know, we look very quick. I've got to say the difference of grip and the comfort levels in the dry is so much different. I tell you, we're actually quite close to Bastianini here. We might be able to have a little crack into turn 3. I'm just trying to get into his slipstream a bit. There we go, we're gaining now. Outside line for turn 2. All we've got to do is just brake relatively late for turn 3 on the brakes. Block pass. Beautifully executed. Fabio Di Gianantonio up next. Got the slipstream, double shift by accident, which is not ideal, but we are in the slipstream. That's going to help us out to the inside line. For P4, could we make this work? It's going to be close. On the brakes, very late indeed. Oh dear. Okay, that was... Whew. Got very scared for a minute there. Way too hot on the brakes. Almost took out Della Porta there, but luckily we held on, so far so good. Here we go then onto the last lap of the Grand Prix. I just haven't been able to catch back up to Fabio Di Gianantonio. I've caught up a little bit, but not enough. I'm going to have to really go for it on this last lap. I think my best chance is going to be into turn 4, but I've got to get turn 3 absolutely perfect. We've gained a lot through turn 1. Let's see how late we break into here. We've closed right up to Fabio Di Gianantonio. I'm not going to have many more chances at this. I might just have to go for it into this brake zone. Very hot on the brakes into there. Fabio's going to go a little bit wide. That's going to invite me back in for a second bite of the cherry. Getting back on there, getting underneath him. A little bit of a corner cut on the grass. But we've made it work. I'm going to try and squeeze him out, but he just cuts underneath me. Just keep a nice tight line, keep it nice and tidy. Pick up a slipstream into the final 2 corners. What we like on the brakes into here, I guess we'll find out shortly. On the inside. Oh, it's close. Surely it's got to be a final corner dive. I'm too tempted to not say no. On the power, we've made it work. Di Gianantonio's going to look for the cutback, but it's no use. We're going to come through and take 4th place. Finally positive signs. That was a very good race. Very good race. I'm very happy with that. P4, well deserved in my opinion. From P8 on the grid and then dropping down to P11 or P12 on lap 1. That was a very nice recovery. And it goes to the chart. I think if that qualifying was dry, we might have just had a chance of a race win there. That might have been my genuine first chance of winning a race besides the Saxon ring on the dry conditions. But anyway, time for the run race results.
While we wait for the cameras to take us to the Parc Ferme to meet the stars of the race, let's take a quick look at the Moto3 class final ranking.
It's time for qualifying here at Silverstone. Practice went okay, and hopefully we can try and find some pace. It's my home Grand Prix, so I want to try and impress and have a good session. So fingers crossed we could try and get it inside at least the top 5 and at least do better than Austria. That's going to be the aim. Okay, out the final corner then. And so far we're 1.2 up on the third sector apparently. It is still very early in the session, so lap times will drop. And we don't actually even go faster, so P4 for now. But I feel good so far. I feel like I've got a good bike underneath me. Okay, we're 8 tenths up in sector 3 on the improved lap time now of Dijan Antonio. Now Martin has improved again. Let's see what we're like for the final sector. Okay, that's the end of the lap. Then we're just going to pick up a slipstream on Yurchenko, who's in front of us, keeping it nice and tight. Unlike the last lap. Do we go fastest? Yes, we do. Just P1 at the moment. Good signs. Okay, we've lost our first place, but that's not a problem. I've just given myself some clean air because I had too many bikes around me. I'm going to try and go for a banzai attempt and really just throw it into every single corner. Let's go get it. Good first sector. Over a quarter of a second up. Bit of a scruffy chapel though onto the hanger straight, but hopefully I can maintain that. We've lost our advantage really though. Only 400ths up now through sector 2. We need to push. That was a big third sector. Nearly 6 tenths up. I've just got to try and hold it together now through the final sector. This will surely put me in first place. Nice and tidy through there. Keeping it nice and tight now through Woodcote, the final corner. Up to the line. Have we done enough? Yes, we have. We lost a bit of time, but we're still taking it. And it's pole position for us at the moment at Silverstone. That is my best lap though, and I don't think I'm going to improve on that. That was a really good lap, so I'm going to call it a session there.
The qualifying session has just ended, and while the riders make their way back to their boxes, let's have a look at the final times that show us the front row for the start of tomorrow's Grand Prix. We are now transmitting from the starting grid, where everything seems ready. It's always difficult to predict the results of a Moto3 race, but the riders we're seeing right now definitely seem to be the favourites.
It's time for my home race. Pressure is on. If there's one race I want to have a good one and convert a good result in qualifying, it's this one. Pressure's on. Let's bring it home. Right then, no pressure. Gonna get all the settings turned off. Get ready for the 5 red lights. And we are away in Silverstone. And it's a pretty average start. Not too bad actually. No one seemed to get off particularly well. Turn 1 for the first time. We're forced to be hung out to dry on the outside line. P3, we got Canet to my right. Can I just try and edge in front of him into the S's? That would be ideal if I could. Got to back out of it though. I'm going to try and come back at him later on. Let's see, through Maggots and Beckett's, just trying to really set up the bike through this combination. Nice and easy on the power. Out to Chapel. The usual 2 suspects have jumped me at the start, which is really, really annoying. But I had the outside line on the start grid. So that sort of just pretty much relegated me, but either way, let's push on with this now. Let's try and make it happen. Sector 2 is my strongest, so I've got to make the time count here. Really aggressive into the chicane, braking very late. Like I said, I know this is where I'm quickest, so I've got to make it count for something and try and get myself past these guys. Let's see what they're like now as we go into the end of sector 2. Inside line, barge my way past Canet. Literally, no questions asked. I was coming through like a freight train. Really just getting my way through there with authority. P2 for now. Let's try and get Jorge Martin. Canet looking at my inside again there into Brooklands. I'm going to hold it on the inside through Luffield. I don't want him to get past me if possible. I don't want no one to get past me to disrupt my rhythm. I need to focus on what's ahead of me. And I can't be having battles with guys behind. We survived though. Lap 1. P2. Martin is setting some brilliant pace. It's time for us to respond. Onto the Wellington straight. We've broken Canet. We've left him behind. We're catching up to Martin. This final sector is where I lose time to the AR, but the other 3 I'm stronger, so it's just crucial that we stay nice and close and have a perfect final sector so that over the rest of the lap we make up the time. Fast up at the Grand Prix. 111.8. That's even faster than qualifying. We did a 12 dead in qualifying if I remember correctly, so we are flying. Oh, sorry, did I do a 11 dead? I'm not really sure now, but either way, we are flying around this circuit. Okay, we're very close to Martin now, really gaining the ground on that lap. One more lap exactly the same, we might have a chance, but I might have a go actually into Brooklands if I can pick up the toe. Not really getting the ideal situation. My rear tyre is starting to let go a little bit. We've got one more lap to make it count, so let's make it perfect. Here we go then, on to the last lap of the Grand Prix, even faster still, 111.5 on that lap. Now all or nothing. Well, I just got to throw into this section. This is where I gain all my time. Into them now, turn 1 for F1. Nicely done through there, keeping it nice and low for the second one. Open it up. If there is going to be a race, I'm going to go for it. It's this one here. Up the inside, barge my way through. I'm not letting this one go without a fight. Up the inside line again, holding it nice and tight. Making sure no one goes up my inside. Into the lead of the race now. Onto the Wellington straight. My rear tyre is screaming for help, but I don't give a shit. We're going to hold on to this, expletive included, because that's how much it means to me. Let's try and bring this one home. A few more corners to go. Braking late. Bike sliding away from me. I got someone on my inside, but it doesn't matter. I close the door. Again, very wide to there. Tyres letting go. Almost fell off the bike there. I'm just trying to feather the throttle on the power on the exit. It's going to be so close. You can see them 2 red arrows. Nice and low for the apex. There we go. We've got it. We're going to win the British Grand Prix. Finally, we won a race. Oh, wow. That was a long time coming, but we finally won a race. We are a race winner in Moto3. Wow, that was a tough one. But overall of that episode, we had some great pace. Finally making a breakthrough, but wow, what a win. Let's go into the final race results.
While the Parc Fermé starts to fill up with the stars of the race, we're going to take a look at the Moto3 race final ranking.
Wow. I cannot believe it. We've done it. We managed to win in the end. And we pulled through. We won, and the fastest lap as well. Absolute brilliant race, and we take home the hat-trick as we also got the pole. So Grand Slam weekend for us. And in terms of the Riders' Championship, we now go 3rd place by 7 points. So not bad at all. And if we can hold that now to the end of the season, I'd be very happy. There's still a lot of races left. We could potentially push for 1st place, but it's going to be very tough. I need Canet or Martin to fall off. But anyway, that was absolutely incredible. But we're now going to move into the upgrades. Right, 18,000 points we have to work with here. So let's put these into a regular... Okay, we have 18,000 points. Let's invest these accordingly. So, straight away, frame upgrades. One of the better ones to do. Going to get both of them onto level 2. And we still have 9,300 points to work with. So, we'll go for a penetration one to even it up on the aerodynamics. And then we have 5,400 points left to spend on. And it's going to be between engine and suspension. And we can just afford one more upgrade, and we're going to go for an engine power in the traction side of things to get better acceleration. So there we go, a big upgrade. We're leaving us with just 10 points, and yet again a triple upgrade. We'll have to start working on the brakes soon, but for now I just want the bike performance. So I can work with the brakes when I have to. But overall, that was a really good episode of MotoGP, guys. If you have enjoyed it, then please do leave a like on the video for 150 likes. That's going to be the target. You know, if we can smash that after getting that race win, I'll be very happy with that target, guys. Also, if you're new around here, please subscribe for daily MotoGP and F1 content. Also, please do turn on notifications to not miss a single upload from me. And finally, do check out these 2 videos on screen if you have missed them. And other than that, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.